kind of documentaries attract you and have attracted you in the past? Who are your inspirations?
I really have been interested in documentaries for as long as I can remember. I remember watching, are you guys familiar with Frederick Weissman?
Yeah.
And they used to show his movies on PBS, and he would make these 5-hour movies about a school or a hospital. And I just found it fascinating. And again, it wasn't something, you know, my parents were like really into show business, and they, you know, my father was a failed comedian, and my mother was a singer, and you know, they loved show business, you know, and so they really inundated me with those kind of movies, you know, very theatrical from the 30s and 40s, Jimmy Cagney and Humphrey Bogart, and that kind of stuff. And I really had not been exposed at all to the idea of a documentary. I didn't really get even what a documentary was. And to me, a documentary was something that was on TV that was like medicine, that you were forced to take. And there was no entertainment value, there was information, and it was sometimes fascinating and harrowing, but there was nothing that, as a kid, that I could really relate to. It just, I wanted to watch Superman or something else, you know. But then I got turned on to Frederick Weissman, and then I started to like seek that stuff out. And I also was very interested very early on in filmmakers like Jean-Luc Godard, who was sort of doing what we do in Borat in a sense, and that is kind of mixing fact and fiction a little bit, mixing documentary and narrative. And so it kind of started to open my eyes and my mind to what was possible in the medium, and I kind of just held on to it, you know, and I was always interested. And then of course I got to meet Michael Moore, and Michael Moore to me is the person that kind of has taken the document, has opened up the door to a whole new world of documentaries.
Maybe this is a bit of a...
But let me just say, I love Errol Morris. I mean, you know, and Werner Herzog has made some amazing documentaries. I mean, I'm going to leave out a million names, but I am very immersed in documentary form.